Chicago, rejoice. Caleb Williams in a very windy game at home against the Packers with the playoffs kind of on the line. I'm not going to say he was awesome, but he was good, and when it mattered, he was excellent. Overall in the game, it was just a B, which is good. A B is a solid starting quarterback. It's a franchise guy. It's about what I thought Caleb Williams would be coming out of USC. But on the last 3 drives, to tie the game, or to come within a score, to tie the game, and to win in overtime, Caleb Williams was impeccable. He got lucky, and he threw the ball away way too often. 8 throwaways in this game. And we go through it in the film, but like maybe 2 of them were a good idea. The others were all kind of cowardly and missed opportunities. But the game ended with Caleb Williams doing the one thing he's least good at. He threw a perfect, incredible deep ball to DJ Moore in the end zone in overtime to win the game. And look, one throw does not, a deep ball savant make. But if you add deep balls to Caleb Williams' arsenal, he becomes unstoppable. Early in the game, especially on that first scripted drive, Caleb looked like a well-oiled machine. Late in the game, when the defense got a little bit more vanilla and the plays were a little bit more choice, Caleb looked like a machine. The middle of the game was not very encouraging, but who gives a fuck? The Bears beat the Packers. I could not be more excited, so I had to make a video. And, it's going to come off as a little bit of a downer because the consensus is going to be after that gorgeous throw. All anybody's going to remember is big throw to DJ Moore, comeback win, beat the Packers. And that's awesome. But there is nuance. We're going to grade every play on the All-22. And the takeaway is going to be Caleb Williams wasn't all that great, and there was a lot of bad plays in his game. He missed a lot. But you know what? It doesn't fucking matter because when it really came down to the marrow, he made awesome plays, and he was lucky that they recovered an onside kick. He was lucky that the Bears got the ball back in overtime. But he took advantage of those opportunities. He absolutely cashed them in. So, B game from Caleb Williams. Absolute nails when it came down to it. Bears fans, rejoice. It is not a fluke. Caleb Williams does seem to be turning a corner. In the outro, we'll talk about how suddenly Caleb Williams doesn't play a lot of bad games. But for now, let's just talk about the film. Right off the bat, I was really impressed and encouraged with Caleb because on this first play, his first read is Cole Kmet, bottom of the screen. You should have hit him, right? He's open. You should have hit him. He doesn't hit him. Second read, Alamade Zaccheaus, open, should have hit him. Got to be early. At this point, it's probably already too late because by now, both of those linebackers have kind of keyed on the fact that Zaccheaus is standing between them. No matter because Caleb gets to the backside and he checks his running back. He says, that's pretty good. But as he's checking his running back, he sees that he has Jade Walker coming across the middle on a late dig. Clean that screen up. So while he was missing his reads in that he wasn't executing and pulling the trigger, he made it to his 4th read in the progression. And that's impressive because it shows that he's getting through things. Again, it's not perfect, but it's so much better than it has been, right? Caleb last year struggled so mightily to just get through his first and second read, oftentimes not even making the proper first read. Here, he makes the proper first read. He misses an opportunity or two, but he finds a solution with his mind. That's huge because we already know he could do this. So if you add a quick thinking, intelligent mind to a guy who can rip off a plus run like that anytime, now you're cooking with gas. And by the way, first play, solid throw. Good job getting through your progressions. Second play, plus run. Good job. Third play, 2+ movements and another solid throw. Caleb Williams had me jumping for joy during this first drive. This is everything he was supposed to be out of USC. It's all coming together. Granted, it's on a scripted drive. And you got to keep that in mind. Caleb's really, really good on scripted drives. He's really, really, really good on gotta have it last drive of the game type situations. It's the middle 55 minutes that you got to start to worry about. Now, those are 2 routine throws. And here, this is a really good pocket movement, but it's Caleb's first throwaway, and it's his first of 9, I believe. So he's supposed to boot out. After he fakes the handoff, he's supposed to roll up to the top of the screen. But obviously, Green Bay's defenders had other plans. So instead, he aborts and breaks back, he basically cuts back like a running back would. And that's perfect. Great job. Now, at this point, he realizes he can't really run. His left tackle has been pancaked. He's got 2 free rushers and a guy chasing him from behind. His running back's not really open. It's perfectly fine for him to just dirt this ball and move on. It's a normal throwaway. In fact, it's even a positive throwaway because he escapes this free rushing Rashawn Gary. Plus move, throwaway. Nice job. Keep it going. Little play action, and then here's where I start to get concerned. Right off the play action, yes, you have a free rusher, but you have a lot of time. I would like to see Caleb, A, hit Jade Walker on the corner, right? That's... All right, diagram time. So it's going to start off with DJ Moore in motion, and then from his motion, he's just going to run like a button hook to the sideline. The smash comes in because Jade Walker is just going to run a corner behind him. The idea is that, being that there are two high safeties, this should work perfectly, and it ends up working perfectly. Now, assuming it's cover 2, like a Tampa 2, the corner is the proper route. Because this guy is going to be charging up to stop the button hook. This safety is going to be getting deep because that's his job. And this hole defender, well, he's going to be preoccupied with A, the slot, and B, the button hook. So you're attacking, very simply, a hole. If it's man coverage or cover 4, they function exactly the same in this case. You hit the button hook because you've got one-on-one and defenders are going to be guarding over the top, and suddenly you're running back towards the line of scrimmage. It's almost always open. Caleb doesn't have time to actually read this, but he should still know what he's facing before he takes the snap. So again, you get the motion, you see nobody moves, you already know it's zone. You know at worst it's cover 4, which works like man, in which case just hit the button hook. Or it's probably cover 2, based on the alignment of the defenders. And the fact that 24 on the backside is pinched down so low, he's certainly not running a palm coverage, he's probably guarding a flat. So you should know that the corner is going to be your route. Right off the bat, Caleb sees free rushers, and that does suck, and that it really impedes your ability to like read a play, make a proper throw, or anticipate. Right now, Caleb's just thinking like, please, dear God, don't get me sacked. He had a little time though, a little more time. So right here, you'd love him to just buy another second, although I don't know how he would, right? If he scrambles to his left, all 3 of these routes are obsolete because they're running away from him, and that breaks the play. If he rolls to his right, he's probably getting sacked, but if he does some kind of cool spin move and doesn't get sacked, well, then you've thrown off the timing, and both of your receivers are just standing there with their dicks in their hands waiting for you to play quarterback again. That's not fun either. So Caleb just says, fuck it, decent chance DJ Moore gets into this button hook anyway, and it's my best receiver on a one-on-one route. Maybe I got a chance. Part of the problem is that Caleb doesn't put the ball in the right place, right? He's guessing where the ball's going to go, obviously, but he puts it too far outside. He doesn't put it, high enough upfield. It's a throwaway. It's really a throw. He didn't really give DJ Moore a chance. And that's fine, but I'd like to see him just stay in the play a little longer. Next down. Now, this is 3rd down, so you got to be selective, right? Because it'd be easy to say, like, oh, hit the running back in the flat. Like, no, it's not a real option. But you do have real options. Right here, top of the drop. Personally, I'm hitting All-22 Zaccheaus on the fade at the very top of the screen by where it says 30 on the right hash, or right side of the field. Like, he's running a fade, you got a safety flat-footed, he's going to get open, and you've got all this leverage to the sideline. Don't look at this running back. He's not picking up 15 yards after the catch. Personally, the only 2 guys that I'm even considering throwing this ball to are Loveland on that dig or that fade to Zaccheaus. And the fade to Zaccheaus works, but Caleb's already brought his eyes down. He's not looking, right? This is plenty of time. Right now, he should absolutely just be uncorking this thing, putting it, you see where that ref is standing by the 15-yard line? That guy, put the ball right there. Let Zaccheaus use his outside leverage to kind of shield the defender, and at the very least, you've got a really good chance at converting. Caleb doesn't like it. He runs around. Nothing happens in the scramble drill. He throws it away. Is it a bad throwaway? Not really. He escaped pressure, and he was pressured. Is it a bad decision? Again, not totally. There wasn't anything really easy to hit for a first down. But it's a missed opportunity to me because he didn't even take a chance. And too often in his 9 throwaways in this game, Caleb's not even giving his players a chance. Like, on this play, there's a routine throw. That's nice. It's in rhythm, whatever. Very next play, there's a clean pocket. There's no reason to start rolling out, especially away from your body. And if he stays in the pocket, if he doesn't bail early, again, he's got Zaccheaus on the corner. Hell, he's got DJ Moore on the corner. So both of the receivers on that 35-yard line, top and bottom of screen, they're both open, right? Like, there's a way to get the ball in there pretty, reasonably. It's 15 yards downfield. That's not crazy. But Caleb Williams decides to scramble out. He shouldn't have. And then he throws the ball away. So this is a throwaway that's not good, right? No pressure whatsoever. Look at him. He's already starting to break down. He leaves the pocket when there's nothing coming at him. Stand and deliver. Have a little patience. Boom. Zaccheaus on the corner. Open deep. That's a touchdown if you just throw the ball from the pocket rather than running around for no reason. Bad throwaway, terrible processing. Frankly, when the play's not drawn up and the first read's not easy, too often I see him panic and throw the ball away. Hell, I'm fine with him panicking and running, but throwing the ball away ends the play. There's a nice routine dig. Cool. Did I really not grab the tight copy of this one? Are you kidding me, Joe? That's terrible. Well, it's a bad ball. As you can see, the ball is out of the reach. It's clearly a bad ball. I think that's Caleb's first true miss of the day. This is the beginning of the second half. Nice little routine flip out. A lot of yardage. Very consequential play. Very little rests on the quarterback. This one should have been a pick. And this was lucky. Especially because it was such a bad read. Right? It's second down. It's second and 10. You have everything on your table. That's the worst way to possibly say that. Everything's on the table for you. You've got a curl wide open to DJ Moore in the middle of the field. There's not a receiver or a defender within 10 yards of him. Just hit the curl, bro. It doesn't have to be that complicated. And if you're going to throw the ball downfield to Loveland, you got to put that low to protect him. Right? I see the window, but he's late. He's very late. The ball needs to be on Loveland right now. Caleb is just now releasing the ball. So he didn't anticipate. You have to throw it right out of the break, right? Bang. Ball's got to be out. It's a little late. Just a tad late. And this is quarterback, man. It's tough as hell. The difference between a good decision and a bad decision is less than a quarter of a second. But it's a bad decision. And it's a poorly placed ball. It's way too high. Honestly, even if the defender wasn't there, it's behind. I guess he's doing that to protect the tight end from the safety. But if you know the safety's a problem, don't throw it into the safety's path. As you can see here, this absolutely should have been a pick. Good job by Loveland to protect the ball, or at least to get a hand on the ball. But 2 hands on the ball from the safety is never what you want. So that's a pickable ball and followed by a little routine dump off, and they kick a field goal. Cairo Santos was incredible in this game, but I don't break down kickers. It's a nice little routine play. Let's get us back on track. And suddenly we're already in the fourth quarter. And that's gorgeous. This is a great throw, excellent velocity, tight window, right? Caleb leaves a pretty clean pocket once again, but eventually interior pressure gets through, so I guess his suspicions were warranted, right? He didn't trust his offensive line, and turns out he shouldn't have. Rolls out, resets his feet. He's letting go of this ball from the 15-yard line on damn near the numbers. and he's driving it to the exact heart of center field at the 45-yard line, 30 yards downfield. That's pretty lovely. Let's see the tight copy. Look at the placement. This is a great throw. And this is what gets you so excited. When he reads things and he knows what's going on and he trusts the play, there's not a throw he can't make. Now, accuracy concerns are real. So, like, he often won't make that play. But it was there to be made. And he hit it, right? Like, he's maximizing that play. That's what you love. Now, here, another one. It's play action, naked boot left. Yuck. Rashawn Gary's in his face. Now, decent job of Ozzy Trapilo to kind of like trip him up. To the extent you're going to get absolutely dominated and manhandled like a bitch, Ozzy Trapilo did the best bitching he could. And Caleb just makes a dude miss. Spin the move. Breaking out of the pocket with the patented Russell Wilson escape move to the left. Now, right here, you're in a tough spot. You can force a remarkably tight window throw to whoever that is. I don't think it's DJ. I think it's number 12, and I don't know who that is, which makes me think it's probably DJ Moore, but I don't know. Anyway, Caleb has reset his feet, reestablished a pocket with just enough room to give him just enough time to think. Here's the issue. It's first down. Everybody on this side of the field is kind of stationary, right? Like, Alamade Zacchaeus is running an out. DJ Moore at the bottom of the screen is running a curl. So really, you have one option. Whoever that dude is on that corner, we suspect him to be number 12. You can throw to him, or you're fucked. So if I'm Caleb Williams, I'm saying, it's first down. We're already in field goal range. I'm going to take off with my legs. One of the really cool things about being Caleb Williams is that you don't have to stop your feet and attempt a throw that isn't reasonable. And you don't have to throw the ball away before being contacted. You can just run. Don't run that angle. I had my straight line corrector on. Bend it up the edge. You might not get a first down. I think you probably will. But you might get 5-6 yards and a slide. And it's easy and it's safe. Take it. Right? If DeAndre Swift gave you 6 yards on first down, you'd be thrilled. So take it yourself. But he throws the ball away, and once again, 2 of his 3 throwaways, it's ill-advised. Right? Just run. Just run. Just run. It is number 12. I don't know who that is. But just run, and it doesn't matter. Just run. Just run. Or at least try the fucking whole shot to 12. Like, do anything but throw the ball away immediately for no reason. So naturally, Caleb Williams once again throws the ball away immediately for no reason. Again, there's a little bit of rush, but it's not home yet. And this is something we saw a lot at USC. I call it flamingoing. And it caused Caleb to throw an interception last week. Instead of standing in and delivering and making a difficult throw while being hit, too often, Caleb will turn his body to the side, stand on one foot, kind of like he's doing right here, and kind of cringe away from the pressure. It's almost like out of a cartoon, like in Scooby-Doo, when the monster is approaching Shaggy and Scooby, Shaggy will like turn his body and stand on one leg and like cower. Like, he cowers. He really legitimately cowers when there's the impending threat of being hit, which is crazy because he's a big, strong man. He could take a hit. He's got a cannon for an arm. He doesn't have to fade away. He doesn't have to throw while being, clean. He can throw through contact. He's got the arm. So fucking do it. It's mental. And this is a bad throwaway. Because even if you don't have enough time to wait for everything to develop, there's no circumstance under which you shouldn't, on 2nd and 10, be throwing this drag to DJ Moore. Maybe he doesn't catch it. Maybe he doesn't separate. Maybe he doesn't win at the catch point with 21 in perfect trail technique. But you lead him, you give him a chance. There's no possibility of an interception because of the blitz, right? And it's also just day one shit. Oh, they're blitzing the house. It's a 6-man blitz. That means the middle of the field's going to be vacant. So throw the ball over the middle of the field to DJ Moore, right? He's just on a little drag. Throw the ball right here. Maybe he catches it. If he catches it, you could have a touchdown. At worst case, if he catches it, it's 3rd and 5, and that's manageable. At worst case, if it's a terrible throw, you miss like shit, and DJ Moore's never open, and I believe that's Keyshawn Nixon makes a great play on the ball, it's 3rd and 10. which is exactly what you have now, being that you cowered and threw the ball away with nobody within 3 yards of you. Really bad throwaway. And you can't have 2 bad throwaways in a row. Oh, by the way, that's third down. That's third fucking down. Take a risk. It's not second down. If it's second down, you're a pussy. On third down, this is fucking unforgivable. And again, 3 of his 4 throwaways now have been ill-advised. Now, it doesn't matter because Cairo Santos hits another crazy field goal that bends with the wind. And the Bears are off and running with a nice routine pass. Easy read, easy throw. Once again, easy read, easy throw. And by the way, this is crunch time. Bears are down 2 scores. They need this one or else the game's kind of over. So they're breaking out the simple routes. They're getting very vanilla coverages and things are much more cognizable for Caleb. That's why he starts off with 2 really easy throws, but they move the chains. Here, he probably should have gone for another easy throw. Instead, he has balls and delivers a great pass, right? He gets a little bit lucky. Honestly, it's a little bit of route running by Zacchaeus at the top of the screen. Look at the top of the screen. See how he kind of just sells one false step right here. One little false step, and that leads the corner to kind of, he starts to flip his hips. That's why he's facing the wrong way here. He started to flip his hips because he thought he was getting a streak. Now he's going to come back because it's a post or maybe even a dig. I'm not quite sure. It's a bit rounded. Looks like a dig. Caleb throws a strike, 20-yard missile, perfectly placed, just a drop. And that's unfortunate. Zacchaeus did a really good job of getting open at the break. Caleb did a really good job of placing the ball. Would have made life a lot easier. Drop. Remember, drops are not counted against quarterbacks. That's a great play by Caleb. And that's another good play by Caleb. Like, I'm fine with Caleb Williams not being the best reader of defenses and progressor yet, right? His processing is a work in progress. He was never a good processor at USC. He's new to the NFL. It's a complex offense, whatever. I don't care. You don't have to be a great processor to be a great quarterback. You don't have to realize that Colston Loveland's very open and you can just throw him the ball. You don't have to. If you can do this on third down. Now, don't fucking slide, right? You're short. You're short. So, like, I know you're going to get hit. I know. But Caleb, the constant theme in this game is sometimes you got to learn that, like, you're going to get touched. I know you don't like it. I don't like it either. I don't like being touched either. But that's why I don't play quarterback. So fucking stay on your feet and get the first down. Don't slide early. Fourth down. This is why it doesn't matter. And again, Zacchaeus on the curl. Couldn't be more open. Easy throw. First down. Hit it. If this is Tom Brady, I'm saying you have to hit it. If this is 80% of quarterbacks in the NFL, I'm saying there is no excuse not to hit this. You have to hit your first read who's wide open for the first down in time. You got 5 yards of room between the linebacker and your slot receiver. Hit that fucking throw. But if you're Caleb Williams, I say, that's okay, sweetie. You just keep running. Another positive run. So as long as Caleb Williams is actually using his legs for good rather than throwaways like this, I'm fine. I do not mind. But once again, he's missing opportunities. He starts to the left, which I don't know what his cue was, but it doesn't seem like that was the proper first read. As soon as his front, or his backside, I guess, like to the left, backside physically, but front side mentally, right? Because it's the side he started on. As soon as he reads the left side of the field and it's not there, he panics and starts to run away. Don't run away. You got time. Okay, the left side's not there. But guess what? Remember when I diagrammed that smash concept? I guess it's not even a smash, it's more of a dagger. Because it's a hook instead of an out, but it's a button hook, so it gets out breaking a little bit. It doesn't matter. You've got the corner and the hook. Hit one. Now, it's cover 4 rather than cover 2. Or maybe it's even cover 6. It's hard to tell. It doesn't matter because you're so late in the down, you don't have to read the pre-snap anymore. Just recognize that DJ Moore's wide open. I know it's a tough throw, but if you stand and deliver, You can gun that ball in there on the back shoulder or just lead him to the sideline. And either way, you've got a really good chance of completing a big pass to put you in the low red zone. Alas, the processing is not within him. The fear is within him. He throws the ball away. You had an opportunity, and once again, you squandered it. That's now 4 of 5 throwaways that were ill-advised. 2 of them which were terrible. So rather than make that fairly easy throw to DJ Moore on the corner, that was pretty open. I mean, it would still be a good to great throw just because it's difficult to throw downfield, but like it was open, it was clean, and you were not being hit. Instead of doing that, on second down, Caleb just throws a fucking 98-mile-an-hour fastball right at the corner, like a perfect throw. It's not a corner, it's a dig, but I was using a baseball analogy. And that gets dropped too, because you're throwing into a crowd rather than letting DJ Moore easily catch the ball and land unscathed. Now, actually, you'd like to have that ball a little bit further out front so DJ Moore can catch it in stride without bringing himself back into the defenders. So it's not a perfectly placed ball. It's a solid pass, not a great one. But it is a drop, and DJ Moore should have that ball. Third down. Let's see what you got, Caleb. Well, that's all dumb. That's all dumb. The fuck are you doing? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. And this is what I was saying earlier. Caleb Williams is wrong. He reads it wrong. He misses the fact that Colston Loveland is perfectly open over the middle exactly as intended. He doesn't hit his checkdowns. He had a clean pocket. He squandered it. He runs to the wrong side, right? When you run to the right, you can only throw to the receivers that are on the right. There's one dude on the right. Don't run to the right. I know that it's like a cleaner look, but there's no receivers there. He realizes this a little too late and bends back, and he makes a guy miss. And holy shit, that's crazy. And he runs all the way around, orbit motion from the quarterback, and he gets 10 yards. It's an incredible run. It's an incredible manipulation of the pocket. 2+ pocket moves, right? 1 move, 2 move, and there begins your plus run. This shit's incredible. So as long as you can do incredible shit with your legs, I'm not that concerned that you missed the open read. I'm not that concerned that Colston Loveland had all this room. And you could have either A, lofted it over the linebacker's head with a rainbow ball, or B, just been on time and thrown a strike between the linebackers. Either one would have worked. Colston Loveland was that open. But I don't care. Because you've got legs like you do. So you just make shit work. Right? And again, still wide open. But again, I don't care how you get the first down with your legs, with your arm. Just get the first down. And he did. Now, I believe that triggered a holding. Because this is 1st and 1 billion. 3rd and 1 billion. Yikes. There's no good play for 3rd and 1 billion, and Caleb gets pressured. It's a no-fault sack. You got to try something. I'm not mad. Seems that he gets bailed out with a penalty or something. I don't know. I don't care. I knew when I was grading it originally. Now it's irrelevant. Clean pocket. Jahdae Barron on the corner. Maybe that's why Caleb hasn't been throwing the corners. Look, a corner is a hard throw. It would have been a great ball. He missed it. That's pretty bad. I don't like it. Bad ball. Bad deep ball, arguably. You got to hit that. That's about as open as it gets. And that pocket's as clean as it gets. Even this, like if you throw a decent ball that's on frame, he's got so much room to turn and run. It's not a good ball. Looking very inaccurate. You know, after a really encouraging first half of accuracy, the accuracy really fell off in the second half. Generally, the processing was bad. Caleb was seeing ghosts. He was absolutely confused. But as we all know, he found a way. There's a routine little throw on the out. Move the chains. Caleb's super late on the fucking drag here, right? Like, this ball's already supposed to be in his arms. He's supposed to be turning upfield, not turning for a catch. It's late as hell. Takes at least 5 yards after the catch off the table. And Cairo Santos does his thing. And because Cairo Santos does his thing so slowly that he basically wastes the 2-minute warning, the Bears have to opt for a 2-point conversion, and they're one of the 3 or 4 teams this year that will say that, or not 2-point conversion. The Bears are one of the 3 or 4 teams this year that'll be able to say they recovered an onside kick. Crazy luck. Crazy luck. And Caleb Williams does not let it go to waste. Routine throw. Right? And part of the reason that Caleb Williams is so good on scripted drives and at last minute drives is because everything's clean. You can't play disguised coverages. You're not throwing exotic blitzes at dudes. Routine throw, clean pockets, 4-man rushes, very vanilla coverages. And when Caleb understands what's going on, when he's not being pressured, when he's not scared, when he knows he has to make shit happen rather than allow himself to throw the ball away, holy shit, the talent's incredible. So we're down here on 2nd down. Look at Caleb. Pressure in his face. He's thrown the ball away 4 times in this game with less pressure than on this play. But he stands and delivers. He throws through the contact. And what a ball. It's a little bit behind DJ Moore. You'd like the ball to lead him a little bit more so it didn't have to be such a contested catch. But I understand the idea being, and we'll see it better on the tight copy, if you miss a little bit by leading him, it could be a pick. Whereas if you miss by putting it, back shoulder, it's safe. It's going to be incomplete. So he bought himself some wiggle room there. That's a great throw. Let's watch it one more time. Again, throws through a little bit of, it's not even contact. It's fear. That's the problem with Caleb Williams, is the fear. It's not that he can't throw while being hit. It's that when he realizes he might be hit, he panics and he does, shall we say, conservative things. Like throw the ball away or just airmail it. Great ball. Like, yeah, no, it's not perfectly placed, but when you throw the ball 30 yards downfield and it's in your receiver's hands, in the clutch no less, that's great. You cannot ask for more. And there's a nice little routine throw. And that stinks because that would have been a touchdown if Caleb just hits the throw. Let's watch the tight copy. It's a bad throw. Zacchaeus is open. Put the ball between the sideline and Zacchaeus. Instead, Caleb puts it high and behind. Right? All you got to do is you go treat the sideline like a defender, so you can't throw it over there. Treat the defender like a defender, so you can't throw it there. Basically, anywhere in this circle is a touchdown and tie game. Caleb misses the throw. Right? He throws it up and behind. Basically the worst possible throw. Happens. That's why you get 4 downs. It's going to be okay. Until it's not, because Caleb Williams on 3rd down has another, what are we fucking doing here, throwaway. I'm not even going to show you the wide copy. You don't need to see it, because Caleb knows what he did. You got a wide open, so open. The entire end zone is accessible. Oh my God, it's open. And I know there's a defender near Caleb, but he's not hitting him. Certainly not yet. Certainly not when the ball's released. Right here is when Caleb starts to throw. There's nobody touching you. I know Rashawn Gary's right there. I know he's a free rusher, and I know 56 is coming too. And it's going to hurt, dude. It's going to fucking hurt. But you know what? You'll be sore in the morning with a smile on your face because you tied the game. Make the fucking throw. Stand in there like a fucking dude. But no, he's scared. He flamingos. See? He fades away. He turns his entire body. He's terrified of being touched. Hates to be touched. And he hits the fucking goalpost on what should have been a very, very easy touchdown pass. It does not have to hit him in stride. It does not have to be a bullet. Just lob the ball somewhere on that A in Chicago in the end zone, and it is golden. And you missed it. Now it's 4th down. Now shit is scary. Now the Packers are lined up like they're about to block a field goal, right? Everybody on the line. So you know it's cover zero, probably. It's probably man up to the top. You're probably screwed. Until Keyshawn Nixon falls down. And I really hope 21's Keyshawn Nixon because I've said his name a few times now. And it's not Keyshawn Nixon because that was Eric Stokes' old number, or Jair Alexander's old number, so it's got to be somebody new. It doesn't matter. 21, you fucked it. You couldn't have fucked it any worse because this was not going to be open. And on fourth down, when Caleb Williams is forced to throw the ball to a receiver and not a goalpost, because throwing the ball away here is as good as forfeiting, he's being contacted while he throws. He's fading away. Plus movement. Good job. This is how easy the Colston Loveland play could have been. Now it's a routine throw. Maybe a solid throw. But it's a great lesson because Caleb, playing quarterback in the NFL is going to hurt. Get used to it. Do that. Every time that you're thinking about throwing the ball away, try something else like that instead. Give your receiver a chance. Honestly, when I was watching live, I thought that was a throwaway. I thought he was throwing the ball away on fourth down. I was about to scream in frustration. But no, it was very well thrown. Made it a little harder on Ja'Day Walker than it had to be, but it was a catch. Good job, Ja'Day Walker, not panicking. The first and the last throw of regulation are to Ja'Day Walker. Who would have guessed? Just a little bootleg. Caleb not seeing things. And you know what? In retrospect, nobody's open. Right? You got this screen to the bottom of the screen. But that's not open. Right? You got a dude squatting on it. You're running around. Nobody's open. Just throw the ball away. That's another good throwaway. So that's 2 out of 8 good throwaways. And the Bears run the ball a little bit, keep the Packers honest. This is overtime, by the way. And then the fucking kill shot. Dime. Elite. Last year, Caleb Williams had the worst deep ball accuracy in the NFL. 2 years ago at USC, he was 25% on the deep ball. Terrible. This year, the Bears just don't throw the deep ball because he's not very good at it. He missed the only other deep ball he threw in this game, the corner route to Ja'Day Walker. So naturally, on second down, from his own 45, with a little bit of pressure, Caleb steps up and throws one of the best balls of the season. 55 air yards downfield, about 60 air yards total. Holy shit. It's on a dime. I wish they could give you the other angle from those cameramen. These guys here. I wish I could show you what they see. Because that ball is perfectly placed in DJ Moore's hands. And it's great tracking by DJ Moore. And it's a great job to fight through the contact by DJ Moore. But the play is perfect. The guts to try that shit is beautiful. Because it's second down. Fuck them. You don't get it? Fine. We run on third. We run on fourth. Fine. Perfect. Perfect deep throw. Caleb Williams doing the unthinkable. Caleb Williams doing the one thing that he is supposed to not be able to do. Beating you deep. Look, like I said, I'm not as thrilled with the Caleb Williams game as I am thrilled with the win. Bears-Packers, full disclosure, is like the one time of year where I revert to being a Bears fan. I wear my Jay Cutler jersey. I get hyped up. I either go to a Chicago bar or I watch with my family and friends back home. I get into it. And I was screaming happy that the Bears beat the Packers. And I was especially happy that Caleb Williams did it the way he did. It wasn't just Caleb Williams playing well. It was Caleb Williams throwing an immaculate deep ball. The one thing that he just doesn't do. Even on the whole season, he hits 38% of deep balls, and that's slightly below average. So for him to use the biggest weakness in his game to dominate, excellent. That being said, the throwaways were a problem. On the game, he had 8 throwaways, and remember, we said only 2 of them were really a good idea. Caleb Williams has 31 throwaways on the season. That's 5.3% of his dropbacks. The average NFL quarterback throws it away on about 3.3% of their dropbacks. So he throws it away twice as often as everybody else. And that's mostly, as we discovered in this video, because Caleb Williams is kind of afraid of getting hit. And maybe that goes away as he gets more used to it. Maybe that gets coached out of him. him. That's the sort of thing that I feel like a coach can really work on. Whereas like it's really hard to make a guy able to hit deep balls when he can't, right? Like it's hard to make a guy fast when he's slow. It's easy to tell a guy, hey, don't be a bitch. Stop throwing the ball away. On the game, Caleb Williams had that elite throw. On the game, Caleb Williams was 1 of 2 on deep balls. Obviously, the one was the elite game winner to DJ Moore. The other one was a miss to Jahdae Barrett. He had 3 great throws, 3 solid throws, 12 routine throws, and 7 misses. He also had 1 interceptable ball, which obviously isn't accurate. That means that his aimed pass accuracy rate was 70.4%, right? Now, his completion percentage was much lower because you add in those 8 throwaways, and that tanks it. But we don't do that, right? If you add in those throwaways and count them as inaccurate passes, he's only accurate on 54%, but he's not aiming on those throwaways, so we don't count them with the aim passes. Still 70%, bringing his accuracy percentage on the season to 65%, which is still very, very low, and 70% is also below average. Like, he's just not an accurate quarterback, and that's you can live with that for now. You can work on it next year. He took 1 sack he shouldn't have. Again, 8 throwaways. He had 3 runs that were really impressive, positive runs, and he had 12 plus pocket movements. He had a lot of movements, only 12 of them were actually positive, some of them were negative, some of them were unnecessary. Overall, a B performance. Solid stuff. And when you break it down by game script, he was really good on the opening drive. He was good in the first half, mostly because of that opening drive. And he was awesome at the very end. Overall, good game. Genuinely good game. It would be really easy to get here and say, like, Caleb Williams has arrived. Caleb Williams is elite. I'll give you one thing. He's clutch as fuck. Every time it comes down to it, every time you get late in the game, Caleb Williams puts up his best performances. But again, I think we figured out why that is. A, he is clutch. He doesn't get nervous. But B, it's because it's simpler plays that are more selectively called against simpler defenses that he understands a lot better. And his accuracy seems to be tied to his brain. And frankly, he doesn't seem to exert himself and like open himself up to taking a hit until it's really nut cutting time. But again, in nut cutting time, dude's been excellent. So Caleb Williams coming on late. Now, after a really bad start to the season, right? Like in the first 8 weeks of the season, he had 1 game that wasn't a failing grade. D minus, A minus, really, really good performance against Dallas, but it also turns out that everybody plays great against Dallas. I wonder why that is, Matt Eberflus. Bears fans, you should be aware. Oakland, D minus, F plus, F, D plus, and then finally a B against Cincinnati, an A minus against the Giants, C against Minnesota, D against Philly, D against Pittsburgh, B plus against Green Bay, B minus against Cleveland, B against Green Bay. Since week 9, Caleb Williams' average GPA is a 2.4 and change, meaning that since week 9, he's been about exactly the guy I expected him to be out of college. A solid franchise quarterback. Not a superstar, not somebody who's going to carry you all the way to the promised land, but a good, reliable, solid quarterback. And that's all you need when you've got Ben Johnson cooking up great plays and a really nice roster around Caleb. Build the defense a little bit in the offseason, iron out some of those consistency issues, and the Bears could be a juggernaut for years to come. And why? The real story? Ben fucking Johnson. Until next time, I gotta go grade QB1 from the same draft. Drake May. Sunday Night Football, what a performance. Huge weekend for the 2024 draft class, except Jaden Daniel. All right, again, grinding Drake May film. Until next time, hasta.